Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yaneli and today I'm uploading this video despite it, I feel like almost not being necessary, mainly because a lot of the polishes are sold out and I think only one remains as of yet still. But I've worked so hard on this video and stayed up kind of late and tried my best to, get this going on launch day, but unfortunately I wasn't able to, and I don't want it to go to waste essentially. So with that, I'm releasing this video. And as always, I did not purchase this collection. HOLO TACO was nice enough to send it to me in PR. I'm not obligated to post or create any form of content, but I wanted to show you the swatches. And in hopes that there is some form of restock going on, but we won't find out anything until the HOLO TACO team meets up, it seems like. So with that, let's get into swatches. Starting off with the first month of the year, we have January's birthstone, and this one is called Gosh Garnet. This one is described as a deep garnet burgundy shimmering metallic with a subtle red bronze shift. To me, this also gives very multi-chrome kind of vibes to it, but the red shimmer is very prominent. 2 coats was plenty for this beauty. I like that on the edges around the nail, you can kind of see the extreme colors of the shiftiness here. So for me, I kind of get a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow. Okay, in this extreme angle, my light source is way up there. And then with my nail tilting towards it, you see that green shift more. It's like green yellow almost. Hey, and this is how it looks with the matte and glossy top coat. Alright, moving on to the next one, and this is February's. This one cracked me up. This one's called Crystal Mommy. And I just want to know why, where did it come from? Anywhoosies, this one's an amethyst crushed hollow with scattered holographic pink micro shimmers. This is kind of looking like one of the royalty anniversary collection. Like this would be part of the trio from back then, in my opinion. Oh, that purple deepened up a bit more here with the second coat. So 100%, I only needed 2 coats to get full coverage. I don't see any bald spots as I look around my nail. It's a very cute polish for a very cute month. Month of love, huh? Okay, here it is with a matte top coat. I did not put a glossy top coat on this one, kind of forgot. Moving on to the next one, we have Happily Ever Aqua. This is March's birthstone, and this is a pale aquamarine linear holographic with cyan shimmer. In person, this color pops. It's giving almost like a velvet effect. This color is stunning. I kind of like that HOLO TACO isn't really seasonal in a sense. Like they do often release collections based around the season, like there was the Easter one, and then Dark Academia was the introduction of fall and stuff like that, But this collection doesn't necessarily scream fall or Halloween or spooky, Right, here it is with the matte. Really elevates that frosty look with it. But then you get rid of the hollow flare. Okay, moving on to April, we have Ride or Diamond. So this one is a silver diamond extra holographic multi-pigment glitter with scattered hollow, linear hollow, hollow flakes, and reflective glitter. They packed this one up. 2 coats was plenty. As it dried down, it was very, very textured. Please be careful when removing it. If you don't use a peel-off base coat, do the soak-off method, which is just drowning a cotton pad in acetone or whatever nail polish remover you use, putting it on the nail, covering it with aluminum, or if you got them nubs that you can just stick them in, and then let them soak for like a good 10-15 minutes. They'll be good. Here it is in a darker area. The hollow also reacts to the flash, so you'll get that a lot. And then you see the reflective hollow as well. Very blinding. Hey, and this is how it looks with the matte and glossy top coat. pretty impressive that I can get that full coverage in 2 coats with it not having a base color at all. It's just a clear base coat essentially. So this is the matte and glossy. Bottom is glossy, top is matte. You can still see some hollow and the reflective glitter still shows through slightly. It's still a pretty cool effect, but you only really get it with the flash on. Here we have Emerald City. This is the birthstone for May. And this is a cool emerald green iridescent flake polish with a deep green jelly base and scattered hollow. Again, make sure to shake these types of polishes. A lot of the times things have settled and they just need a little helping getting it going here. The second coat really gives it that emerald feel. The extra they mentioned that the jelly base and the flakies being sandwiched in. I am having a hard time seeing the scattered hollow. It's not as prominent. I think the flakies are kind of overpowering the hollow. This one does dry, just slightly textured, so top coat will fix that up real quick. In this extreme angle, the flakes go to blue. Wow, that is striking. Next up is my birthstone, or one of them. There's 3 of them for June apparently. And this is, the price is Alexandrite. And this is a Alexandrite inspired teal to purple multi-chrome with purple metallic foil flakes and scattered hollow. Very grateful that she went with this one versus pearl and whatever the third option is. I don't even remember. I love multi-chromes, so this is perfect. So something I noticed is that the purple flakies also shift a color. It turns into this very yellow golden, almost orangey flake at the extreme angles. I'll show you here soon. Okay, so here it is on its own. You can see the purple and blue. You can see the blue flakies at this angle and the hollow at this angle. And then when I tilt it ever so slightly towards the light, you see the purple much prominent. And I don't know if you can tell, but those gold specks there are the purple flakies. So this is my nail under my desk where there's barely any light. And you can see the teal blue of it. And on the edges, you can see the purple as well as some gold popping in from the flakes. Here it is, matte and glossy top coat. I think the matte amplifies the purple flakes here. Because it's a multi-chrome, nothing's really taken away from it. Maybe the scattered hollow that's in here, but overall I like it both ways. Moving over to July, we have Ruby Madly Deeply. Is a bright ruby red glitter with a red jelly base and holographic glitters. This one gives major Christmas, so I feel like this one paired with Emerald City makes a good Christmas or holiday look. Okay, so with the second coat, I don't feel like I need a third coat. I don't see any patchiness or anything going around. Red glitters in the hollow kind of distract you, if there were any, honestly. Moving on to August, we have Don't Bother Me, and this is a Peridot lime green shimmer with a yellow green shift and green reflective glitter. This is the one that sticks out the most in the collection. This is a, if you want Grinch color, but beautiful Grinch color, this one's it. I like this a lot. I'm a huge fan of greens. Yes, Miss Ma'ams, we're a huge fan of greens. I did notice that with the first coat, because of the reflective glitter, it kind of adds a little bit of roughness to the finishing end. I feel like 2 coats was plenty for me. So here's the polish straight on with the light above me. And then as I shift, you get that green. And then in the shade, you get more of that beetle type of shade. So you get that yellow, making it appear kind of like a chartreuse almost. And then here you can see the reflective glitters. Just adds that extra oomph. With the flash, you see the yellow shimmer more prominently. Here it is with the matte top coat. I think these types of polishes look good with either top coat, glossy or matte. Next up for September, we have Playing with Sapphire. And this is a deep sapphire blue iridescent flake polish with a dark blue jelly base and scattered hollow. The blue iridescent flakes are doing it for me. It adds that glow from within kind of thing. So you can see here that first coat is very patchy. So I don't think I will go in with a third coat. I did notice that the blue flakes do shift to a more indigo color at extreme angles. I couldn't capture it on my phone camera. I think this is just one of those polish where you have to try to believe it kind of thing. So it does shift just very slightly and at very extreme angles. Here it is with matte and glossy top coat. I really love how it looks matte. It's those blue flakes, y'all. Just really do it for me. Up next we have October, and this is Birthday Brat. It took every inch of my body to not say brat, since I am a Midwestern, and that's the only association I typically have until Brat Summer started happening. So Birthday Brat is a bright pink topaz frosted metal with silver and rose gold metallic foil flakes, iridescent flakes, and scattered hollow. So frosted metals are kind of notorious known to be hard to capture on camera, and the beauty of this polish usually comes more in person, but I do like how bright of a pink this is. Very Barbie coated. 2 coats is plenty, don't need to go in with a third. Here it is with matte and glossy top coat. It's just another one of those polishes that looks good both ways. What I really like about the matte top coat though is that it brings out and shows the metallic flakes a little more. See more of that silver versus in the glossy. It's kind of hard to see it because it's so shiny. Moving up to November, we have Topaz Tears, and this is a dark antique topaz flake polish with a cool brown jelly base, green gold iridescent flakes, bronze shimmer, and gold scattered hollow. Another one very packed with a lot of goodness. So the bronze shimmer, I'm mainly seeing yellow. Yeah, lots of browns, lots of yellows in this, which I'm assuming is aligning to the actual jewel. Never actually seen it. Okay, I really like this polish. I like the flakes a lot. I think the flakes is honestly what's doing it for me. If the flakes weren't here, I think this just be pretty tame shimmer and hollow kind of polish. So here it is straight ahead. My light source is above me. If I shift it, you can see the green flakes more. And then on the left side there, you can see more of that bronze shimmer. So in the shade, you can see the bronziness more. And then the flakies go to that gold shade. Here it is with matte and glossy top coat. Again, those flakies just pop more with a matte top coat. Alright, and it's December now. We're gonna dance the night away. So dance the night away, or dance the night away, if it wasn't kind of clear. So this one is a tanzanite inspired shimmer with an indigo jelly base, red magenta micro shimmer, scattered hollow, and blue reflective glitter. So quite packed as well. It's interesting, now that the first coat's fully dry, I can feel like the grittiness as I apply the second coat, but I don't think it interferes with the application process. I got full coverage on the second coat. Will not be going in with the third. Something with the magenta shimmer in here is that it does shift. I don't know if you can tell at the very left, it's kind of like a little golden. And then here at this extreme angle, it's kind of green. You can kind of see it. It's very minuscule, so it's not intense or anything. And then here you can definitely see the blue reflective glitters. They're very prominent. I like the contrast between them and the magenta shimmer there. Here it is, matte and glossy. Again, with matte, the holo kind of disappears. Okay, here are the first 10 polishes in the sun. Going from left to right, the thumb has Emerald City. The pointer here has Ride or Diamond. The middle has Happily Ever Aqua. The ring has Crystal Mommy. And the pinky has Gosh Garnet. And then on the right hand from left to right, pinky has The Price is Alexandrite. The ring has Ruby Madly Deeply. The middle has Parrot Don't Bother Me. Pointer has Playing with Sapphire. And then this thumb is Birthday Brat. And then here they are in the shade. Anything that has holo kind of dulls out, and you see the silver primarily. Also, forgot to mention, all fingers have 2 coats of each polish, and there's no top coat, so this is how they look fully dry without any top coat. So, comparisons for Gosh Garnet, I first thought of HOLO TACO's Cat Evasion, because they have similar multichromes, but in the bottle, Cat Evasion has more of a purple-pink shimmer or shift compared to Gosh Garnet being a little bit more red. Then I thought of Mooncat's Like a Moth to a Flame. It's similar with the red shimmers, but and then Moth to a Flame has like a gray base. It's not really a multichrome of any sorts. And then lastly, I thought of putting together with Double Dare, because that does have a little bit of red, but it's primarily a very dark color. So none of these are really dupes. And then I gave Island Peace Eclipse away, so I don't have the bottle with me, but I have this little nail that I swatched a long time ago. And this one is more of a true multichrome, but it does have that red shift that you can see here, but it also shifts to other colors. I just feel like Island Peace is stronger than Gosh Garnet. And then I figured I showed how it looks swatch kind of thing, because sometimes things can look similar in a bottle, but once you swatch it on and apply it, it's slightly different. So in the middle here is Gosh Garnet. This is HOLO TACO's Cat Evasion. Mooncat's Like a Moth to a Flame. HOLO TACO Double Dare. And Island Peace Eclipse. So if I lift the mat up a little bit, you can see some of the shiftiness. In some instances, these two look very similar, but the shimmers in Mooncat's Like Moth to a Flame are more separated versus put together in a sense. Like HOLO TACO's is more congregated and close to each other. Whereas Mooncat's, you can kind of see the speckles of each one. For Crystal Mommy, I thought of HOLO TACO's Flash Drive. Kind of similar purples, but of course, Crystal Mommy has more glitters and other elements in there, whereas this is just kind of, I think it was marketed as a light multichrome. And then the other one that I thought of was Electric Sweetener. Again, the purples kind of look similar in the bottle, but Electric Sweetener's a much lighter purple. This is kind of more of a royalish purple, and with the pink shimmer going on as well. This one has blue shimmer. And then lastly, and this was a far cry, but I thought of Island Peace Flower Child, and without the intense blue shimmer that Island Pea has, I thought maybe the base color could be similar, but no, these are insanely different. So here are the swatches for Crystal Mommy in the middle. And then to the right is Electric Sweetener. Electric Sweetener is definitely more cool tone than Crystal Mommy. And then to the left we have Flash Drive, which again, it's more of a solid multichrome, light multichrome. And it's also a much lighter purple. And then here we have Flower Child, and the base is not, I think it's because of the gray background, but the base is almost yellow here. but it's a very light pink typically, and then very blue shimmer. Okay, and then for Happily Ever Aqua, the first polish I thought of immediately was Mooncat's Full Scream Ahead. Kind of gave similar energy, you know, but this one is just a linear polish with a cyan shimmer. Mooncat's was considered a mint color linear polish with the green shimmer, and you can see that there. The other ones that I thought I'd compare it to was HOLO TACO's Mint Mojito. This is another one I gave away, so I don't have the bottle. And I thought it'd be interesting if I did kind of like a combo with HOLO TACO's Aquafoil and then a linear holographic topper to see if I can kind of replicate it. So in the middle here, I have Happily Ever Aqua. And then this one was kind of last minute, but I thought of maybe Mooncat's The Siren's Revenge might be a good one. But this one is not linear and it only has kind of like blue shimmeries hidden within. And also the color is way off, right? So then here's Mint Mojito. This is also a linear, but it doesn't have any shimmer hidden within. And it's more of a green linear than it is an aqua color like this one. And then down here is Mooncat's Full Scream Ahead. And if I lift it up, you can see the green shimmer more. And the base color of it is more like, it's more silvery than Happily Ever Aqua. And then on top here, I have the blue chrome from HOLO TACO called Aquafoil, and you can barely see it, but on top I did add a linear holographic topper just to see if I can replicate it, but no dice. So for Ride and Diamond, I first thought of gift receipt from HOLO TACO, but I unfortunately don't have that, never owned it. So I will insert a picture here somewhere. And then the second one is HOLO TACO's Sugar Rush. They're not exact in the types of components that this one has. This one is packed with anything. I don't know if HOLO TACO has ever like filled something in so much with like glitters and reflective stuff and so many holographics, you know. So the next silver that I do own is Island Pea's Moonlit, but this is more of a gunmetal. It turns silver when I magnetize it to the velvet effect, but I don't have anything similar to Ride or Diamond. So in the middle we have Ride or Diamond, and then to the right we have Sugar Rush, and to the left we have Island Pea's Moonlit. So as you can see, I don't own anything similar to Ride or Diamond. So for Emerald City, I first thought of Mooncat's Maelstrom, and in the bottle they look very similar. The difference is that Emerald City is green, has a green base, and Maelstrom has more of a bluish base. And then the second one I thought of was Mooncat's We're Back Witches, and this is from their Hocus Pocus collection. We're Back Witches is kind of more of a murky green than an emerald type of green. Here you can see the base colors kind of distinguishing the three. So in the middle is Emerald City, to the right is Maelstrom, and you can see that blue base despite having kind of similar flakies. And then to the left here we have We're Back Witches, and the green shows a little bit more of a murkiness going on. You can kind of see that there when I move it. These I really thought for sure were going to be super close, but I forgot that the base of this one is blue and not green. For the price is Alexandrite, I immediately thought of HOLO TACO's Mischief. I feel like they're both in the same realm of some form of bluish tint to purple, but I guess through the bottles you could still see some of the differences, different types of blue, different shade of purple. And then this one's more liquidy than this one is, so the viscosity is kind of different. And then the other comparison I have is Mooncat's A Most Destructive Melody. This one's also a blue and purple shifting polish, but again the blues are slightly different. And same with the purples. So here I have the 3 polishes. The middle is The Priceless Alexandrite. To the right is Mooncat's A Most Destructive Melody. And to the left is HOLO TACO's Mischief. And if I move my little mat here around, you can kind of tell the difference here. So yeah, the purple here is more of a pink purple. And the purple in here is kind of more prominent, like more of a true purple. And then this one's purple is kind of hard to see, honestly. It's there, but it's very dark and murky. But I would say the green that I see from my angle here are very similar. So I would say this is an elevated Mischief, like Mischief 2.0, but with more fun stuff added to it, like the purple flakes and the hollow in there. So for Ruby, Madly, Deeply, I want to compare it here to HOLO TACO's Naughty List. On camera and in the bottle, they almost look identical. However, Naughty List is much, much darker than Ruby, but they almost essentially have the same elements. They both have red glitters, they both have a red jelly base, and they both have hollow, like the same type of hollow too. So the second one I was thinking is HOLO TACO's Private Villa. Private Villa is more of a pinky red. And then next up I have here Red Licorice, which looks like a more truer red, but when applied on the nail it gives it more of a pink hue. And Red Licorice is a linear holographic, so nothing else going on there. And then I also thought of Jam Session, but Jam Session is another pinky red with a pink shimmer in there, and Ruby doesn't have any of that going on. So then I thought how it compared to my Sandy Claus outfit, but my Sandy Claus outfit's also very much in the pinky red family. This almost makes it look like this is an orangey red. Lastly, I thought of my favorite sister. This is just a frosted metal red that Simply's sister created, and it almost looks similar, but again, this one kind of pulls a little bit orange compared to my favorite sister. And I feel like my favorite sister is more of a red, maybe a little bit of pink in there. So here are the swatches in 1 coat each. In the middle, we have Ruby. To the right is Naughty List. To the left is Private Villa. Underneath is Favorite Sister. To the right of that is Red Licorice. And then this is Jam Session. And up top, we have Mooncat's My Sandy Claus outfit. So these 4 are very pink leaning. And then here you can see that Naughty List is much, much darker compared to Ruby. And then when I first swatched these 2 on the mat here, they almost look similar, but in a way, Ruby pulls just a little bit orange compared to my favorite sister. But I would say these 2 are very, very close to each other. Next up we have Para Don't Bother Me, and I thought, let's compare another jewel with another jewel. And this is Mooncat's Jewel Beetle. It's a multi-chrome, but it does have a green at extreme angles, and I thought maybe. But clearly green is not prominent, or not the prominent color, but I thought it'd be a fun comparison nonetheless. And then I would say a truer comparison would be Mooncat's Plankton with the shimmer in Peridot. This is more of a chartreuse color, whereas this is more of a lime green. So, middle we have Peridot, left we have Plankton, and here we have Beetle Jewel. So if I maybe close it around. Alright, Beetle Jewel, nowhere near it. I thought it would be fun because it does have a green, but it's hard for me to get the green in a match. Yeah, these are nowhere near each other. For playing with Sapphire, I thought of Mooncat's House of Hades, or Hades, whatever way you want to fight me on it. And they almost look identical in the bottle, Sapphire has hollow in there, and I think the only difference honestly is that House of Hades does not. But yeah, in the bottle they almost look identical. And then the next one I thought of is Island Peace Midnight Kiss. However, this one seems more of a richer blue than Sapphire. I would consider this more sapphire-y than this one, honestly. This one does have hollow, and they're just very micro scattered kind of vibe going on, but no flakies. The shade of blue almost looks identical. This one's just deeper. The next up I thought of Twilight Sonata from Mooncat. This one was recently released, but this one's not flaky driven like this one is. And this one has hollow. This one does not. This one just seems to have blue shimmers fragments in there. And lastly, I have Misery is my favorite color. Mainly, I was wondering how similar the blue shimmers are, but the base color of the blue, very different. This is more muted, but that blue shimmer is very prominent, almost similar, but very different still. Okay, here are the swatches. In the middle, we have Playing with Sapphire. To the right, we have Mooncat's House of Hades. To the left, we have Island Peace Midnight Kiss. Underneath it, we have Mooncat's Misery is my favorite color. And on the top, we have Mooncat's Twilight Sonata. So I know I said these two were very different, especially with this one having more of a muted blue. But when swatched, the blue is kind of similar to the base color of Sapphire here. The only difference is as you apply Sapphire with every coat, this dark blue base kind of disappears a little bit, kind of darkens itself, and you're left with primarily these little shifting blues. And then these two honestly look the same. It's just this one's more pigmented and this one's very light. So swatches really do make a difference because the bottle can look similar, but when swatching it, you kind of see how different or similar some things are. So like I said, this one here, surprisingly similar base color with Sapphire. But I thought that House of Hades was very similar to Sapphire, but here they show they are not. For Birthday Brat, I thought of Hot Wire Pink. I mainly looked at all my hot pinks that I had for this one because like this is such a unique one. It's a frosted metal and it's pink and it's saturated. And I don't have anything like that, so all of these are going to be different formulas, you know? So here is Hot Wire Pink. It's very much loved and very different right off the bat. This one's a linear, this one's a frosted metal. The pinks are completely different. This is more hot pink. This is the hottest pink I think I've owned. And the next one here is Pop Rocker. This one's more of a bubblegum pink with a blue shimmer going throughout. And then this one is interesting. So this is Rage Bait. It's a thermal, and I thought the cool color would maybe be similar to this one, but no, not at all. And also different formula. I think the pink shimmer matches this more than the actual base color. Next up, I have Life in Plastic. She has seen some stuff. She is kind of suffering a little bit, but I'm sure when I swatch it, you'll kind of see more of its true color. But yeah, these are very, very different. And last up, I have Mooncat's Merkin. And maybe this is the hottest pink I have. So yeah, these are very different. So I don't have anything exactly like Birthday Brat. Alright, so here are the swatches. In the middle, we have Birthday Brat. To the right, we have HOLO TACO's Hot Wire Pink. To the left, we have HOLO TACO's Pop Rocker. Underneath, we have HOLO TACO's Life in Plastic. To the top, we have HOLO TACO's Rage Bait in the cold state. And diagonally, we have Mooncat's Merkin. So yeah, this shade of pink, it's a shade of its own. Nothing else really compares to it here. But I feel like these two are kind of close. This one has hollow, I believe, crushed hollow. This one has maybe tiny scattered hollow. But yeah, very unique overall. For Topaz Tears, I thought of Mooncat's Stumped, kind of in the similar family a little bit, the flakies. This is more of a warm brown base, and this is more of a cool brown base. Stumped is very much packed with all these flakies, whereas Topaz here just has them here and there, and then they also have hollow and a little shiftiness going on here. I also have Mooncats or Back Witches again. I know the base is green, but the flakies are very similar. And then I try to think if HOLO TACO had anything similar, and the only thing I could see is Choco Hollow, but not exactly. Choco Hollow is more hollow. It's in the name. It's not bronzy, it's just a brown base with a lot of hollow. Seems like there's some gold flakes in there too, similar to this one. And lastly, and this is a stretch, she's even distraught by it, but I was thinking Secret Society. They're both technically described as bronzes. This to me is more of a true bronze. This does not look like a bronze in my eyes. Yeah, Mimis. This does not look like a bronze. So that'd be interesting, showing the differences of when a brand describes something as bronze and how they can be so different. Okay, here are the swatches. In the middle, we have Topaz Tears. To the right, we have Mooncats Stump. To the left, we have Mooncats or Back Witches. Underneath, we have HOLO TACO's Choco Hollow. And on the top, we have HOLO TACO's Secret Society. So, again, like, see in the bottle, these two didn't really look similar, but like now that it's swatching, you see the base color and everything. They're slightly similar. Like, I think if I put one of the unicorn skins on top of this, it would almost look like this. It won't be exact. Like if I could put the flakes from Stumped in here, I think it would work. And then yeah, here are the two different types of bronze polishes by the brand. Very different. And then we're Back Witches. It's just, it's on its own. Like I think these four are the main here. Alright, so for Tanzanite away, immediately Cool Cat Mom. I think this one's discontinued or retired, but they look so similar in my eyes. Like, yeah, this one's more of a red shimmer and this is more of a purple. This is more of a light blue reflective. This one has more of a blue reflective, but this one's also magnetic. So if you miss Cool Cat Mom, this could maybe help you fill that FOMO in, but just know this is not magnetic. This one is. And the next one I thought perchance is Purple Slushy. This one is a linear and no extra elements in there, so no shimmers, none of that. Up next we have Late Checkout. Thought maybe there was a chance, but I guess I forgot that Late Checkout has a blue shimmer and it has orange reflectives. I think this one's so cool. And lastly, I have Rainbow Flood, which in the bottle, the base colors almost look similar. And then, yeah, this is just a linear holographic. Okay, so here are the swatches. In the middle, we have Tanzanite Away. To the right, we have HOLO TACO's Cool Cat Mom. To the left, we have HOLO TACO's Purple Slushy. Underneath, we have HOLO TACO's Rainbow Flood. And on the top, we have HOLO TACO's Late Checkout. So all of these are relatively different. The purple base is very different. These two could almost work it out, but this one is much darker. And then Tanzanite Away could almost have the same base color as Purple Slushy, but they're still different. So HOLO TACO is really good at trying to fill in those spots, those very small spots of colors that are missing in their catalog, which I understand to some people that's kind of annoying and like people want something different. But I feel like these two can pass still, so long as you're okay with the differences between Cool Cat Mom and Tanzanite Away. I still think these are very darn close, despite the different base color and the shimmer. Like, they have the same properties. If you miss Cool Cat Mom and you want to get its cousin, I think Tanzanite Away is your best bet. So that concludes the swatch and review portion of this video. Couple final thoughts here is I hope that the restock does happen, so those who weren't able to partake in purchasing some of the polishes or the entire collection can have something, you know. I really enjoy this collection. I like that HOLO TACO released this type of collection that's not really catered towards fall or Halloween or the spooky season, but because it's an all year type of collection, that a lot of these polishes suit all the seasons essentially. So like there's some Christmassy vibes going on. You can make some Halloween-esque thing with some of these colors as well. I definitely have some ideas. And of course there's spring, there's summer colors. There's a lot going on here, and you would expect that to be the case seeing how it is a 12-piece collection, right? I definitely enjoy that HOLO TACO has provided us with different formulas as well. So we have frosted metals, we have shimmers, we have multi-chromes, we have reflective glitters, and what else? It's just a slew of things. It's so much being put in polishes and in this collection. If it wasn't clear throughout the swatching video, I do not care particularly for the theme. I was never really interested in birthstones or jewels or any of that sort. So for me, I looked at this collection more so as, you know, pretty elementary, honestly. Is the color pretty? Did the formula work okay for me? Did I like the polish? You know, those types of things. So it wasn't so much of, is this true to how the jewel looks? And all that stuff. So if you are interested and are really into this birthstone and crystals and all the like, please let me know your opinions down below. I like to hear everybody else's thoughts on if HOLO TACO did it justice or not, you know? One thing that really stood out for me is that all of these polishes were 2 coaters for me, which I feel like usually never happens. I never really meet that minimum threshold. And I can't say I was brushing the polish on any different. It's just the formulas were that opaque for me to be able to achieve 2 coaters. Like, none of these polishes were hard to apply. The formulas were smooth for me all throughout, even despite the ones that were incredibly heavily packed with glitters and whatnot. Like, Rider Diamond surprised me the most because it's a colorless base, but because of everything that's in it, I only needed 2 coats, which is wild for me. I really thought I was gonna need 3, but I can totally see someone with longer nails needing to do 3, or the way you apply polish might need 3. Again, multiple variables in the ways of how many coats is needed to achieve full opacity. But I will say the formulas were pretty stellar in this collection. I didn't fumble with any of them. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. Please let me know any and all your thoughts down below and we can talk about it. Let me know if you're looking forward to a restock, and if there is one, what would you grab? And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.